Less
uh,
interaction with the
yes,
participant.
less interaction with the audience, and the audience becomes very bored.
Yeah.
So that's the danger of it. So I think we are live now I think we should be.
Hey, let me show my slides. I test and see whether
It's
can you make
okay.
me a host, please, just for a while.
Sorry?
I show my slides first. One or
It's
two
okay.
slides.
Can you show my screen now?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Malaysia is a multinational and multi-ethnic society with different religions and different languages and different cultures, very rich in culture. There is an acceptance amongst the people in this country that we must live together in love and unity.
Basically, the main ones are the Malays, the Chinese, and the Indians. And then you have got people who are the natives. In the West Malaysia, we have the natives, which are basically the Senois, the Jakuns, and all that. And then in East Malaysia, you have people, natives like the Ibans and the Kadazans from Sabah and all that. So you have got people of various races.
Because we come from a multiracial, multicultural background, embracing the Baha'i faith in this country was not very difficult because we were already imbued with a sense of unity anyway. We naturally feel comfortable in a multiracial, multicultural setting.
At one time, remember, we have got Jewish people practicing the Jewish faith here. You have got Hindus, which is quite a significant population, the Sikh, the Taoists, the Confucianists, the Buddhists, and for the Muslims, the Christians of various churches. And that is the kind of social or religious landscape of Malaysia.
Today, the Baha'i faith is recognized in this country as a religion. We are given Baha'i burial grounds to conduct Baha'i marriages. So actually, the Baha'i faith is free in this country to teach and to spread.
When the Baha'i faith came to Malaysia, it automatically became a religion that
the waves of one ocean, and as the fruit of one tree, gather all people beneath the shadow of thy bounty, and cause them to unite in harmony, so that they may become as the rays of one sun, as the waves of one ocean, and as the fruit of one.
Some people say no sound.
Okay, got sound. Okay.
So probably not on your side now. Oh my God.
I can hear you, Cheryl.
I know you can hear me, but not the people on the Facebook.
Okay.
It would seem that there would be little to no genetic correlation between them in the same way that Muslims, Christians, Hindus, or especially Jews in a country have varying degrees of genetic homogeneity. However, given enough time and enough endogamous intermixing between Baha'is in any given community, they would eventually start to act and display much in the same manner as other older faiths around the world. So the Baha'i faith certainly stands out from all of the religions of the world and has one of the most interesting philosophies of any theology that perhaps we could all find useful in certain circumstances. Oh, and in case you're curious, the largest and most influential Baha'i holiday is a festival known as Ridvan, celebrating the revelations of the Baha'u'llah, which takes place on the 20th of April every year. That's right, folks, 420. So please let me know your thoughts on the Baha'i faith, its history, and the modern people we see all around the world today. And for today's poll, let me know which other smaller Abrahamic religious group you'd like to hear about. And as always, thanks for watching, everyone. This has been Mason, and I'll see you next time.
All right, thank you guys, all folks. Okay, it's that. Are we recording? I think we are recording. Thank you, Suresh and Sami for Sudi untuk join as a sharer for Baha'i Faith for today's session. This is my name is Sharul, or better known here as Boon, my nickname. Welcome to Boon Talk Show. Those who watching your live or on Boon Talk Show. Kita buat ini santai saja. Suresh ataupun nama dekat sini nampak Shafiq dengan Sami. This is all my friends from our building bridges and all sorts of interfaith activity. Kalau boleh cakap Melayu, mungkin ada banyak juga orang, some Melayu dia a bit sensitive. Dia suruh kita cakap Melayu, but feel free, it's okay. It can be rojak, it's santai, it's supposed to be conversational. You can hear me, Sami?
Yes,
okay,
very good sound.
Perfect.
This is it's the second of 8 series we have done with the Catholic 101. This is second. We're gonna do Bahai. So you see the schedule on my left or right hand corner. You see next week we have Hinduism. We have Arun and Nagesh. That will be on Saturday. We do it every 2 Saturdays, twice a month, every Saturday. But the Hindu they prefer 3 p.m. Otherwise 9 p.m. and except for Ramadan we'll do at 3 p.m. Right, that's for that. Okay, thank you very much. And those watching, terima kasih kerana menonton. Tak ramai sebenarnya orang tahu pasal agama Bahai. Saya pun serupa juga Sami. Only then when I met you during that our interfaith activity, dinner and whatnot, only then, wow, there is another religion called Bahai. So the first time, and actually today I spent most of my time and last week watching all the YouTubes on Bahai. And of course, as a host, I supposed to be the middle person between people of other faiths and you. So I can ask you a proper question. So it can be more interactive in that sense. Okay, can we start with a little bit of introduction? Probably with the younger guy, Mr. Suresh, just a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Thank you, Sharul. I really appreciate this time. I'm Suresh. I am a normal Baha'i. I don't hold any special position. And what I'll be sharing today would be my views on what the faith means to me and what are the principles in the faith. I'm an accountant and I have a family and I live in Shala. Thank you.
Thank you, Suresh. I call it Suresh. Your name is Shafiq. People might be confused a little bit, you know. Yeah, Sami, are you from Shalom as well?
Yeah. I'm Shal. My name is LOURDUSAMY.
Okay.
I'm a Bahai for almost about 40 years plus already.
Okay.
I became Bahai when I was a young boy, probably at the age of 14. Okay, accepted Baha'u'llah, and I love this faith very much. So I follow the teachings of Baha'u'llah.
Okay, thank you, Sami. Where are you from, Sami?
I'm from Shalam, staying in Kota Kemuning.
Are you originally from Shalam?
I'm Shalam. No, I'm a Selangor guy.
Oh, you're a Selangor guy, eh? Okay. Are you, Suresh? Are you from Shalam, Shafiq?
I'm from Malacca. Come to Malacca, I'll show you around.
Okay. All right, thank you. Okay, Aloysius Pinto, hi Boon. Thank you, Aloysius, for watching. Marini pun ada. I think she's a new. She's my former boss in my property company. Right. Okay. You were Shafiq. Were you born into Bahai or you choose later?
I was born into it. My mom and dad were Hindus, and they found the Baha'i faith, and they found they're not giving up anything. It's just a tamba, just something extra, which ties up to Hinduism. So both became Baha'is. And when I was born, I naturally became a Baha'i as well. The whole family are Baha'is.
I see. You can become Hindu at the same time you can become Baha'i.
Yeah. If the concept is there's only one God and he keeps sending us his teachers, Well, there's no choice. They are all saying different messages from the same source.
All right.
So you can accept all.
Thank you. Sami, so what's your, say, a little bit your faith background?
My background is a Christian. My family is a Christian. My parents are Christians.
Okay.
I came to know the faith when I was in Form 2, and they gave me the faith. This is a new faith. Would like to investigate, so they taught me, and I got some books from them, and I go through the books. I find it very applicable, and it's a Baha'u'llah is a divine teacher for this age, so I accepted him and followed him.
So like you Sami, you don't have any problem, you Christian at the same time you become Bahai. Is that so? I mean, as your
in
parent...
the beginning, my family even was not so happy about it. Okay, why it is not a convert. I'm accepted to the Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ said, I will come deep in the night. I will come as a second prophet. So I accepted Baha'u'llah. Baha'u'llah is today's time. The God will send messengers of God, His manifestations every ages. So it is something like when you go to school, you progress from standard 1 to standard 2, then go to further higher educations without stopping. In the same sense, God will send every ages. He will send the prophets.
Thank you, Sami. Okay, for those who are watching, those who are probably first time to my Boon Talk Show on this religious and non-religious worldviews that we're going to sharing, and plus the social issues, how that their belief can affect, somehow influence the society, the humanity towards a better world. For those yang tak biasa, probably the first part will be a little bit of introduction with the speaker. They have to introduce themselves, know where they're living, what they are doing, how they come to that religion. So orang Melayu cakap, kalau tak kenal tak cinta. Not that you want to love them, you don't have to. But of course, even Bahai teaching, I think most, I think quite universal that you're supposed to love each other in that sense, as humanity. So at least kita lebih kenal. I think it's better in that sense, rather kita tak kenal. And second thing, there will be basically sharing about their core teachings. Probably a little bit of the history, how that Bahai come about. I've already shared some of the video. At least they have some kind of background and pictures, be better in that sense. And probably you can add on to that. And after that, probably we discuss. And at the end, probably also we'll share from how Islam view Bahai, what are the many similarities that we have, and also probably some of the differences that I think I want to keep in that sense. So we can have that. Okay, with that, which one of you want to go first?
I'd love to go for the first few minutes.
Okay, go ahead. But wait, okay, my styles of presentation is very conversational. Shafiq, I can interject, probably can Sami add on to that, and also Shafiq can add on to Sami. So you make it more interactive, and as we go by, I also expect I'll put some of the questions from the floor, from the FB Live, and I'll put it to you. So it becomes like, they don't just wait until the end of last 15 minutes for them to ask questions. You guys basically can ask questions at any time. Okay? Okay,
Good
over
format.
to you,
Thank you.
Shafiq. Yeah.
Thank you. So thank you, Sharul. You've actually chosen a very good clip at the start on the history of the Baha'i faith and the geographical spread. Now, what I'd like to do tonight is just say some of the principles and teachings. And the first point I should start off with is that the purpose of the Baha'i faith is to unite the human race. That is a pure and simple purpose, why it came about. And you will find all the laws, all the teachings point that way, towards unity, all our laws. Now, Baha'is believe that mankind has reached a state of maturity, and we are going towards maturity, and the time has come. So we are all working for a just, diverse, unified society. Now, the commotion you see around you, where we seem so far away from unity and peace, that is just adolescence. That's just us going through changes, and we don't understand the changes. But at the end of the tunnel is light, unity, that promised day of, togetherness. So all these practices we've had for centuries, one by one, are going to go away. Our attitudes will change. So really, I'd like to say two forces are happening, destructive and constructive. Destructive is where all your institutions, which lasted for centuries, might have to one day lose power, move on. Leaders, which used to sway the population, they will lose their power. You will notice just figureheads. You will see individuals not respecting institutions. And you will see many individuals losing purpose in life. These are all signs of growing up. Now, what we do is, though it's painful, though we don't like the chaos, what's going to happen is it's going to pave the way for change, for new ways of doing things. And that's what Baha'is do. So Sharul, with your permission, I'd like to say, how do Baha'is do the constructive process? Yeah. So Baha'is align themselves with everything which is constructive. Peace and unity are our only aim. We reject all forms of prejudice. We think we are all inhabitants of one earth. So world citizenship is what we are pushing for. Now, our teacher Baha'u'llah says, this is not just cooperation among different nations. It is reconceptualizing our relationships. How we interact with each other must change. So if you look at the environment, what do we see today? We see the environment is being exploited, and it means humanity hasn't understood nature. And if you look at the home, your home, you see relationships being deteriorated. People don't respect each family member, and women and children are being exploited. And that just shows we haven't understood what family is. And if you look at governance, you see tyranny. Many governments are, with tyranny, and many individuals have no respect for authority. And that just means we haven't understood the relationship between individuals and institutions of society. For wealth, there are issues. Each of us know there's issues with wealth. So much money is concentrated in the hands of a few, and so many people live in poverty. That is not right. We haven't understood wealth and prosperity. So what the Baha'is are asking for, in a nutshell, is oneness and rethinking our relationships. Are you okay with that, Sharul?
Yeah. Okay. I think there are three, from what I read in the Wikipedia and the YouTubes and whatnot, this morning until I think late this afternoon. I think there are three core concepts in Baha'i faith. Is basically one is the unity of God, which is we'll discuss later on in detail. And I think second thing is basically the unity of religion. Also, that is basically, like you said, like iPhone. From time to time, there is another prophet that's going to be sent. So Baha'u'llah is one of the prophet after Muhammad, which is we differ. I beg to differ in that sense. But I think if you see what happened in Iran or whatnot, but of course you can have that opinion. I think Malaysia is quite open in that sense. And I think the third one is basically, I think this is a concept where I met you. I think I met Christian. It's basically, this world is basically the country, and humankind is basically a citizen. So it's basically one humanity. That is basically the three main concepts. Of course, I think there are many other things. We agree in that in the details. We are a little bit, I'll explain our Islam point of view, and of course you have your view on that. And from that, okay, and of course, elimination of all form of prejudices. I think Islam also agree to that. I think there's no problem with that. I think, like you mentioned. And the one that I like is independent investigation of the truth. So to me, this is very good. At the end of the day, I think also Islam that you're supposed to, seek the truth, seek the knowledge, and even in Islam, even the sons, when Abraham is a father, is not probably Muslim, like the Noah and the wife and everything. So it's like. Also to my son, I've told my son, I've given my reason why I choose Islam, what are the reason. And if you respect me as a father, if he thinks otherwise, he must come back and give his argument. So why he thinks some other religions or not. I expect that healthy conversation between him and me. Up to a certain point, I leave it to them. Given what I think that I think in Islam also is basically the same thing. You are supposed to find that truth yourself. It's not simply that you are born into such and such. You are going to the heaven on, you know. You're Hindu, you basically, it's not that. I mean, each and every soul must find their own ways in that sense. Telefon tolong message saya terus. Itu saja. Terima kasih daripada saya. I love you 7 billion times. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. During that time. Okay, thank you very much.